Now, you know that I like diving into the minds of unique individuals, people with incredible stories, fascinating backgrounds, people with insights that are going to help us understand how we can level up our own mindset. Why do you think we do that to ourselves, and how did you not fall into that?
I don't know if it's necessarily age or if it's exposure to outside chatter. I think the other thing is good parenting. And, I know there's people who think that you shouldn't tell your kids certain things like that. But for me, I really commend my dad for putting the battery in my back and making me think I can do anything I want, because that's why I wrote a book. I don't read that much, but I was like, I could write a book. Why not? So it's like, I don't know, man. Shout out to my dad. My dad is like the confidence guru. So that's
One.
funny you say that, because then it just made me think that the other thing is I was always super, super competitive. And I looked up to my dad a lot. Like, he was really good at basketball. He was super smart. He could just like do he's one of those people, like, he could just do anything. And like, you ask him any question, he knows the answer to it. And since I'm super competitive, I was like, I have to be better than you. I have to like beat you at basketball. Like, he would always beat me at ping pong, pool. He used to challenge me even with like school extra assignment projects, where he always loves telling this story. I think it's slightly overrated, but I'll tell it and he'll be happy that I did. Um, I think seventh grade, there was this class wide or grade wide sort of like extracurricular thing, like, oh, answer 200 of these math questions online and you'll get something. I don't know. And my dad just used to give me a hard time about not applying myself. So just to shut him up, I answered like all 1,000 and like won the whole thing. But like, always uses that story as just sort of this thing that I do, where a lot of times I'll just do something to prove y'all wrong and prove me right, you know?
Yeah.
Even if I don't really want to do it, but sometimes that's enough motivation. So I related to the Michael Jordan, The Last Dance thing, where like he would use any little thing to be like, that was enough for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
y'all pick Karl Malone as the MVP. That was enough. That's how I be feeling. I only need a little bit. And sometimes I make them up in my head. I'm like, it's like a make believe level of motivation, source of fuel. So
Yeah, I've heard you talk about that before, like this idea of having some level of delusion. And so when you read the life of Steve Jobs had something they call reality distortion field, where he would distort the reality he experienced to be what he wanted it to be. Now, that can be very dangerous,
yeah.
but it
Is
can
that
also
like
be,
a real thing? That's
it's
like a psychological real thing.
I believe so.
That's for sure what my entire life was from like 17
Now you got a
till
word
now.
for it. Yeah, now it sounds cool.
Wow.
So yeah, reality distortion field.